Hello, lovely viewers. You welcome to Home Based TV, and it's your best or your favorite program, The Power of a Woman. The Power of a Woman is a program which we always have interview or discussion with big women, women who has made it to the society, women who are role model to other ladies or other men, women who are best, I would say, who are best to be educating people. Today we have a special woman with us. Someone, she's from Kenya, but she loves to be in Ghana and she loves Africa. She travel here and there. She's always in Ghana and she works in Ghana here. She has a company in Ghana here. She does a lot in Ghana. Even though she's from Kenya and she travels to other African countries, yet she loves Ghana. And this person is no other person, Madam Fatima Alimohamed, or Mrs.
Miss. Very available.
Mrs.
Miss. Miss. I am single, but a single parent.
She just said, Miss Fatima Ali Mohammed. She's an entrepreneur. She's a brand warrior. She's the best marketer in Africa and also one of the best marketers in the world, I will say. This woman is someone you love to meet or you love to talk to or you love to take advice from. And she does a lot. She's an entrepreneur and she does a lot. She helps human. If someone is in need and the person gets to her, she will say, oh, let's go. Let me hold your hand. I'll help you. So this person is no other person, Madam Miss Fatima Ali Mohammed. You are welcome to the Power of a Woman.
Thank you for having me, and I think you're painting me too well. I'm just a normal human being.
Okay, I'm glad to have this interaction with you.
Thank you. I'm the one that's honored. I feel there are more women out there that don't get this opportunity. And maybe you'll come across those women as well.
Okay. Please can you tell us who Miss Fatima Ali Mohammed is?
Wow, first I'm a child of God. Because I don't believe anything that we are today is in the absence of the Almighty, His Creator. She's a woman who's here for a purpose. I'm still trying to figure out what my purpose is, but all I know is that it's about being a good human being, being able to bend down and lift people, but at the same time, I'm a warrior. I'm a very strong woman, a very powerful woman. Despite being a woman, we all have our moments when we're vulnerable, we're weak. I'm just human. I'm an amazing daughter to an amazing mother. I'm an amazing sister to amazing brother and sister, and an amazing mother. I think my success in this world is, if I'm to be measured by anything, I keep saying is, it's my daughter. If my daughter has turned out right, if my daughter is what the world feels she is doing right as a human being, then I believe that is my success. So all these other things about being the best marketer, being this, being that, doesn't mean anything. It's about knowing that I've created a better human being so that when I'm not here tomorrow, there's somebody else to make the world better.
Well, so can you tell us about yourself, who you are and what you do?
I'm, like I said, a warrior. I have many hats, so it totally depends. If I look at it from the Ghana perspective, I work closely with different governments when they're in power to come in and look at how is it that we can help the economy, the country. I've been on the AGI, the Association of Ghana Industries, as a chair of the agribusiness sector. I work closely in terms of trying to achieve now the 24-hour economy growth and policy. I work with different groups of women in Ghana through different aspects like the funds that are around. One right now that I'm doing is the Ghana Netherlands Business Conference, where I mentor 18 business groups of women. I have the other side, which is more to do with philanthropy. I work with young girls up to the age of 24, 26 through a program called Strands of Pearls, where we're trying to get women and young girls to be able to make success of themselves through entrepreneurship. But my main area is strategy. I deal with number one brands across the continent. So I had worked on brands that, Frital in Ghana is my baby. You have Royal Farmers Rice in Tamale and all that. That's my baby as well. There are quite a few brands in Ghana that I work with and any other brands across where I try to build African brands and try to I believe a lot more in what we produce within the continent. And my job is to make sure that they become successful.
That's good. That's good. You see, this woman, Fatima Alimohamed, is a warrior. She's a queen mother in Ghana, both in Volta region and West region. That's in Zima. For Izima, she's Nana Nyaza.
Nyanzu.
Nyanzu. Yeah, sorry. For Izima, she's Nana Nyanzu. Mia
And Mimia, in the Mimia area.
Amemia. Nana Nyanzu in Amemia area.
Yeah.
And also Mama Njomi Do in Hohoi.
Yeah.
She's a lovely person. And she's someone who does a lot for society and community. As she says, she empower people, she mentor people, she does a lot for women. That's why in Ghana here, she has gotten the opportunity to be a queen mother or development queen mother in other regions. That's 2 regions. In Western region.
In Mimia? Just Western region, yeah. And then South Judah, Volta for Hohoi.
Yeah, whatever way. Okay, no. So like can you tell us what's if we pass through other girls, because you said you do women empowerment, you empower women to be successful in the society. So what are the first some of the things you do to your
Okay, so one of the things, look, right now I'm 52, right? And during our time, we never really had women who were able to hold our hands, take us through the learnings that we've had, the experiences we had. The younger generation today don't have that. And also because life is really pushing people to become, try to put food on the table. So parents are working, children are either focusing on TV, internet, or through their friends or partying. So my friends and I, it's not only something that I do, we're a couple of us. There's Edith, there is Whitney, there is Gina. These are powerful ladies in Ghana who you will hopefully get to meet. And what we all do in our own little way is to use the experiences we've had in our life to be able to impart it on girls. So for example, with the Strands of Pearls, what we do is we run workshops where we take these girls through vision boards, because at the end of the day, what you put out there is what you will end up achieving. A lot of times people don't know what they want. So you need somebody who's going to help you to crystallize it and say, okay, this is where I think my strengths are. This is what I want to achieve. And it's surprisingly so accurate when you put it down on paper, you're able to do that. The other side that I do is I help women in businesses because we have women who've started, but then they have fear of what if I did this? What if I don't do it right? And at the end of the day, one of the proven researches that have been shown globally is that when a man loans money to a man and a woman, the woman pays her money. The chances of a man not paying are quite high. But a woman always pays back. Why? Because she knows the risk of losing her home, risk of losing everything that she has. So she's dependent on that. So by helping women in business, what happens is that they know what they want to produce. I know I want to make coffee broke man, or I want to make, plantain chips, or I'm very good at making groundnut soup. But I don't know how to market it. I don't know how to package it. I don't know where to sell it. I don't know what price I should do. So my job is to come and help you on that and to tell you how to do it, how to make it successful, how to be able to sell in Ghana, how to sell it in the export market, and be able to make yourself, a complete businesswoman, whether it's your primary job or it's something that you do on the side. So I come and take away the fear that you have.
That's good of you, Ma. That's good of you. And as you were talking, you said you're someone whom, if you're able to take care of your child or your daughter and she becomes someone in future, that's what prioritizes you. That's what you go. That's what you're aiming for.
Not in terms of aiming, what I want to be judged for as a human being. That's my point. That, and it's an African thing, being Kenyan, we all understand. When a child doesn't turn out right, they would blame the mother. It's the mother who didn't raise the child well. It's the mother that never the father. But when the child is successful, who takes a death cake? The father takes like, yeah, it's my child. So that's what I say, that I want to be judged about being a good human based on the success of having raised another better human. So if I raise my child to be better than I am, then I know for me that is my purpose
So how many?
achieved. I've only got one. I wish I had many more, but before I got divorced, I only had one, and that's it.
Okay. So can you tell us a bit about your marriage, the hardship you face because women are listening to you. Some women are single mothers now. They are facing through challenges. They've been through challenges, and they are listening to you.
See, at the end of the day, I think one of the biggest things for women is always fear about what will happen. What happens if I get divorced? My first thing is when you're divorced, especially, people try to label you and give you a tag. It's like you're some disease or something. But I believe that if something is not serving you, and this is not only for women, even for the men, if it's not working for you, and if you feel at any point in time it's abusive, whether it's mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, get out. Because the more you try to extend and think, oh, what is going to happen to my children, the more difficult it becomes. And the last thing you need is for your children to see a marriage that is not successful, right? Because that is what they're going to then also practice in their own marriages. So for women, the first thing that I'd say is make sure you work. It's not that they don't work hard, but work smartly. There's a difference between working hard and working smart. Work smart. Whatever little income you get, put it on the side and start saving, because that is what you're going to invest to be able to do something else better for your life, and walk away. There's nothing, I mean, it doesn't mean you have to be enemies. You can still be friends, but most of the times, divorces, there's no friendship.
Yeah.
You walk away, and if you're a believer in God and you have faith, just put your head down and know that God always has you covered. No matter what, you may not know where your rent is coming from today, but it will come. Even if it's going to come a month late, it will come. So women just need to do what they need to do, and have faith. Have faith and do what you think is right, because ultimately it doesn't make sense to be in a home that is full of grief, hatred, anger, and trying to get yourself to survive in it.
Okay. You being a mother, you are divorced, and I hope you get married again.
I don't know about getting married, but I would definitely want somebody in my life that is going to give me the respect, because I think respect is more important. You need somebody who's going to appreciate you for the little things that you do. Because one thing I tell people is that people assume, I mean, touch wood, I come from an amazing family. I think, the best family ever. But I have seen families where families take away from one another. There's too much competition, there's hate, there's having the same name, same surname does not mean anything in today's day. And I'm sure you know the saying that people say blood is thicker than water. But the real saying is not that. The real saying is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So what it means is that you and I can be so close and our relationship will be stronger than people who are families. Exactly. Because ultimately in life, you want to be with somebody who's going to be with you through your thick and thin. Somebody who's seen you at your worst, somebody you're willing to share even a mattress with if there's no bed. So you want somebody who's going to be there for you. And I think that's what I'm looking for. It's not about monetary reasons or luxury or somebody to say that, oh, yes, if they want to travel the world and do all this, that's fine. But you want somebody who's a companion, somebody who's going to be able to understand you even when you don't speak. I don't know if that makes sense. It's no more about trying to show off or eye candy and all that. So amen to what you said, but I don't think it's marriage that I'm looking for.
Okay, I guess you. So let's dive a little in single parenting stuff. Single mothers nowadays are tired. They are tired. They need men in their life, as you said, someone who respects this, that. Women are single mothers are tired of nowadays. They are tired.
But why do you think they're tired?
They are tired because they can't take care of their kids alone.
Oh, you'll be surprised. Women, oh my God, the strength we have. And you as a woman know, if you're ever put into a situation tomorrow where you have to choose between raising your child and having to take care of yourself, you're going to raise that child. And today, single parents, and not that I'm advocating for single parents, I always wish that people have blessed homes, blessed marriages. But today's society, unfortunately, is not like that. Everybody's looking for eye candy. What you have at home you think is not worth, what you want later, and then you come back crying later thinking what you had was better. And for both men and women, And the reason is because people are looking for love. Even today, when you're looking at children, and I know people may not like what I'm going to say right now, this whole conversation about children who don't know whether they're men or boys or girls. They want to go through the LGBTQIA, those who are going through alcohols and all. It's because there is no love at home. So what they do is they go and seek for that love from outside. You find young girls looking for older men because they don't have a father that's going to take that response for them. You find young girls, young boys today sleeping around with their maids. We know that is happening in town. Okay, because somebody just comes and touches them in a such a way and gives them that love that the mother is not giving them. So we're seeing this thing being like, it's very sickening. But at the same time, it's because the root cause and the absence in families today is love. And I am a firm believer that love has to be unconditional. If I have to love you based on conditions that if you do this in this way and you don't marry so and you listen to what I tell you, that is conditional love. But if I tell you I love you with all your faults, I love you with whoever you bring home, I love you with whatever you do and all your faults, that is unconditional love. And unconditional love is only what parents give to their children, especially mothers to their child.
Yeah.
Because there is no expectation in return. Now, single parenthood, like you've said, it is tough. Why? Because, like I said, women, whether you're divorced or you've had a child out of wedlock, society tends to label you in a certain way. All right. So you find it very difficult to either get jobs or somebody will give you a job and they'll expect that you're a loose character. So they want to sleep with you because that's the only way they're going to pay you extra. So it comes with a lot of taboo. But I believe if you have the confidence, I'm a person, I'm not taking nonsense from nobody. I am better. I say this in terms of my mindset, my capabilities, my abilities, my knowledge than most men. So I go in there, I invest in myself. So when you come in with that confidence, I can tell you single mothers are actually producing the best children today, whether it is psychologically, emotionally, look at them in terms of education. Single parent homes are producing amazing children.
Yeah. So like you said if a mother is taking care of the child, the mother is more tired, but the mother always she always becomes happy taking care of the child. So like those who are not educated and who are not working, they sometimes solo.
Of course.
That's very difficult.
I mean, I can tell you, my house help recently got married. She was single parented. She had got divorced. She has got a daughter, and it's actually surprising. That's also with my help here and my help in Kenya, and she married and the only thing that I told her is that if you're getting married, make sure that that man is going to accept that child of yours as your own, because chances are it never happens. You know, they may love it, and I pray that that's what happens. But a lot of times, whenever there is challenges, so I don't want women to sit and think that they have to depend on a man. Right? There may be situations, but then how long will you continue to be dependent? So are you looking at a man to just come in, take responsibility of you? Right? I do believe that even working women should be taken care by men. I totally agree with that. But women must also be able to stand on their feet. I'm not one of those people who talks about feminism, because I think the way feminism has been used today, it's actually being abused. And when women are fighting for their rights, it's not about saying I'm better than a man. It is just saying that if I had the same degree as you, if I have the same qualifications, understanding, pay me the same. But we're not saying that, oh, I am mightier than you or stronger than you. You continue to be the strong man. You lift the chair, you lift the table. I'll continue to support, you know? So we need to create that balance. But I think today also we do have a lot of women who try to be so strong that it becomes intimidating, you know, and men get very scared about very strong women. I know that. And they're like, oh my God, I don't want to be around this person. This one's too strong for me. But it's not because they want to overtake you or overshadow you. They just want to tell you that I can think the same way you do.
So men out there, Fatima Alimohamed is telling us that don't be afraid of women who are of the same class with you or who is above your qualification. Like, just get closer to the woman, talk to the woman, and you see such a man is lovely. And madam, I will also talk about your soul.
Yes.
You being like a foreigner, sorry to say,
Yeah.
foreigner. Like, How come you're able to get those tools too from Western and from Volta?
I never even asked for it. Oh my God. It was really interesting. So when I was at Wilma, when I was doing my Frital days, I started a project with school children because I realized at the end of the day, the people that you have to invest in are children. And you've got to get them to understand. So I'd done a program with children on vitamins and getting them to learn and elements of environment. And I worked in a certain community because obviously I was doing things with palm, and I'm an advocate of supporting women. I always believe that women should always be brought in the forefront because they're always left in the shadow. And the next thing I heard, I was being stooled. I didn't even know what this was about. I was like, oh my God. And I think it's after 62 years they've ever stooled anyone in that region. So that was like a big thing. I went in there with friends. We built schools, we built classrooms, we did boreholes with a group called DDG, which is a group of friends. We're now looking at giving them computers. So there's all that discussion going on. And in Hohwe, it was interesting. Again, I went there to work on a project to help women who are in palm oil and they didn't know where to get vehicles from, how to even weigh their palm when they're selling it, because in that area it's the women who work more than the men. And in Ghana, this is one thing I realized: women work harder than men. They are even in Makola market or wherever lifting fridges. And I came in and helped, and I did not even know. So I remember just going there to hand over the program, and they stooled me on that day as well. So now I've told people, okay, if anybody has to stool me, let it come from the Ashanti region because I'm looking for gold and sika now as a joke. But seriously, I think it comes in from, and sometimes, again, just like you, I'd asked myself that as a question: how did it take me crossing all the way from the Indian Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean to come here and help people who are not my own? I don't understand.
So it's God's destiny. Yeah, in the will of God. God is not destiny as
Yeah. So whatever's written is what it is.
Women out there, some are facing challenges when they are looking for a job. As you said, you've been to this country, that country, a lot of countries, and you starting with your marketing or other works. Did you face any harassment? Did you?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Tell us, please.
That is normal. And like I said, when you're a woman and you know your stuff, you will find men being intimidated. And this is one thing I tell people: I am not intimidating. It is you who's intimidated. There's a difference. And in that situation, what happens is that you end up realizing that they will come and make advances. I've had situations where very big senior people, when you even go and shake their hands, they scratch your hand in a certain way. And surprisingly, you just have to keep quiet, but you've got to find a way of diplomatically handling that. I've had a former boss, when he thinks that he wants to talk to me, put his hand on my thigh when he wants to say something, and then you just look at them, So there's a way of how you carry yourself, how you're able to deal with. But I know one thing for sure is that I've put people in their places when they need to be put into their places. But then society is such that, they have a way of getting away with it and thinking that it's okay. So let it be known that every woman, there is not a single woman, whether it is a president of a certain country as a woman, they have all gone through the challenges of being harassed in certain ways.
So, like, what happened with this woman? Have you been to Accra, like, let's say, market centers to help the Kais?
Yeah, the case. I've been a part of that. I worked on 3 projects on that. One was also with the Dutch embassy. And we also built a safe house a couple of years ago for women, especially for the Kaya women, because they all leave their homes to think that life is better on this side, not knowing that there are many shacks, here. And I also have a thing for when I see young girls. That's one good thing I must say about Ghana is seeing young girls here have their hair shaved if they're in private school. So it makes me know straight away that is a child. What are they doing with that person? So you'll notice me monitoring and looking at you in such a way. I wish this is something that other countries would follow because it makes you very easily identifiable. So you can know when somebody is taking advantage of a very young girl.
That's good. And what makes you love Ghana?
I've been here for 15 years.
Wow.
I know. I came here. I don't see myself as a Kenyan in Ghana. I see myself as a Pan Africanist.
Feminist. Okay.
A Pan Africanist. Anywhere in Africa is my home. And what I love about Ghana is that it's very peaceful. In comparison to a lot of other countries, you don't have the situations that people have here in terms of robberies, in terms of people just coming to grab you on the streets. There's a lot of respect here, and everybody's happy. The culture here is amazing. This is the first place that I came and I saw people celebrate funerals, you know?
Yeah.
People celebrate doing outdoorings for babies. So the culture here is very, very rich. There's a lot that there is in Ghana, apart from it being too hot. But yeah.
Okay, so like, can we look at the business side and agriculture? As you said, you were
The chair of the agribusiness sector, yes.
the chairperson of the agribusiness
Yes.
in Ghana here.
Yeah.
So like, how are this working in Ghana, and also how is the economic project in Ghana?
The opportunities for agric is amazing here. I think as a country, we have been too dependent on oil palm, on cocoa. That's what we've been focusing too much on, and obviously the fish sector. But coming from a country, Kenya, we are 100%, if I can say, dare say, local agri-based. We produce everything locally. We don't import anything. Whereas if you look at West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, most of the countries, it is close to 90% import based. So the opportunity here is a lot more. The problem is obviously people don't have access to funds. Where should they get the money? What kind of things can be done? So if you look at the northern region right now, there are people who are actually producing sacks for cocoa, but from fonio. You know fonio seeds. Who would have thought that you can make sacks from fonio? There are people, I mean, somebody who came in from Egypt and was walking on in Tamale, one of the outskirts, and he saw them. He brought somebody from, and they were walking around, and they saw one of the most expensive kinds of mushrooms, truffles, and truffles are very, very expensive. Ghanaians don't even know about it, you know. So the opportunity is that, and I believe whether it was the previous government, the current government, there is a focus on agric. The problem is that we've just been doing too much talk. It needs to now become, a fast monies are needed in that sector. So hopefully we're going to see a lot more investment on that area.
Oh, that's good. And also the things for our economy. How is a company helping to brand or to uplift the things for us?
So I've been part of mainly on the agric side, working with the teams and working on what we call low hanging fruits, the opportunities in those areas. So whether it is poultry, whether it is palm, whether it is maize, we've been involved in all that to look at what are the things that can be done to ensure the economy runs 24 hours. Anybody that's in the manufacturing industry runs 24 hours. The question is that uh, are the policies that are currently being given for businesses conducive enough to make those businesses run 24 hours? Obviously, things like electricity, availability of water, the kind of taxations people have to pay. I think those are the things that are now, going to eventually come to play to see how that works to make it a success.
That's good. So like earlier when we were having conversation, you were talking about babies premature baby programs, and why this program are not in Kenya, not in Ghana?
Was because I came here and my best friend is Ghanaian, Edith, and she lost her baby when, in fact, she only came on a holiday here, and she lost her baby, Teji, who didn't make it, and she was a premature baby, and unfortunately, there was no facility in Ghana to be able to help her during that period. So she is actually the founder of the Global Preemies Day. Globally, it's actually a Ghanaian woman. People don't know that. And she's the one who founded it. It's called Little Big Souls. And we became so close that I call her my sister. She's just a sister from another mother. And we worked together on this. This is her drive where we try to work on babies and help them to purchase incubators, and they go and give incubators at all hospitals across Ghana. Because right now you see that there might be one incubator, they put 5, 6 babies in one, when it's supposed to be just one baby in be one. So we've been working a lot on that. Just tomorrow, there's also a marathon where we're all going to try and run 5 kilometers. I don't know if I can, but to raise funds for these babies. I mean, I remember just A week ago, she called me and she said, Fatima, can you come and pick me up? And this was like at 10 o'clock at night. And I remember we came home at 2 in the morning. We went to New GMC. There was a lady who was delivering at, I think, 30 weeks and the baby died as we're trying to get the baby out. So we either save the mother or you save the baby. So these are cases that happen, daily, and they don't even know what to do.
Okay, that was good of you, helping Ghanaian mothers and also helping hospitals to take care of premature babies. So let's go back to politics or the things for our economy. Have you ever worked with any government or you work with all governments it comes
For me, it's with anyone that comes up because I've got no political affiliations or anything. My job is just to make sure that I help the country because at the end of the day, I keep saying that you do not want the soil to speak to you when it comes to time to bury you because the soil can decide, I don't want to bury you. So I'm trying to help in whichever way I can with the 24-hour economy. Yes, I have been a part and I will continue to be a part of supporting whatever achievements that are needed. There are different businesses coming, like there's one right now. You may not be aware, there's a sugar refinery coming in Ghana. It's going to be launching in the next couple of months in Ghana. This is separate from the Commander Sugar Factory. Okay, there's just amazing things that are happening right now.
Is it your own?
No, it's not my own. These are people that I help because also anybody has a problem will come to me and they'll say, Fatima, I'm stuck in this. Can you help me?
Okay.
And that's what I come and do.
Okay, like before we leave you, can you advise women out there? Because some women are timid and they will say, I can't do it, I can't do it. But when you were talking, you said women are not superior than men. Even though women will say, what a man can do, a woman can also do it.
I did say they're not superior.
We should not be thinking woman can do something more than a man.
Women can do more things than a man. Giving birth, a man cannot do.
Okay,
You break the number of bones that you break in giving birth to a child, and bleeding, men cannot do. But that doesn't mean that we're superior. God created us to be unique in our own different ways. Men have strength in physical, women have strength emotionally and spiritually, right? So we need to just find the balance. And for women, all I can just say as my last words is don't have fear. Just go out there and just put your dream out there. You don't know. Put your head down and pray. Something through. And we can do.
Yes, we can do it. Yeah, we just had a conversation with Miss Fatima Mohammed. Fatima Ali Mohammed. She's a queen mother in Zema, that's Western region, and also Hoy in the Volta region. She's an entrepreneur, she's a marketer. This woman is a lovely person. We need to get more of her in Ghana so that Ghana will go far in terms of helping women and also the country. And I'm your host, Beauty Agama. Madam, thanks very much for having us in your office, and we are always glad.
No, I'm grateful. And thank you very much for the opportunity. And I just wish all women success.
Thank you. Thanks very much for watching The Power of a Woman. As you know, we always bring you prominent women, women who are submitted in society, women who are here to educate us, to advise us, women whom we are to learn from. I'm your host, Beauty Agama. Bye.